Hey y'all, me again, Yvonne Emilia Elizondo. Whew, if you are anything like me right now, you may be feeling like there's a lot of intense energy headed your way. If you're anything like me right now, you probably had a hard time getting out of bed the last few days. Felt like concrete being plastered into your bed. I literally had to roll myself over. Somehow I managed to do it. But the last few days have kicked my behind. And that's what prompted me to create this video for you, because I started thinking about crystals that would be helpful for energizing and for helping us when we are having, a bit more of a challenge. Usually I've been talking about crystals for protection, right? But now this video is going to be about crystals for activating that energy. Now, there is a lot of cross-purpose energy going on right now, and I'm going to show you the chart. This isn't an astrology update or anything, but I just want to show you the chart so that maybe we can have a real understanding of what this energy really entails. So anytime we have cross-sectional or cross purposes, as I refer to it, there's the moon, there's Uranus, right? Lots of erratic, emotional, restless, kind of feelings, not being quite sure how you feel, or being feeling sad one minute, feeling happy the next, feeling me the last few days, okay? And then the cross purpose energy is, here's the sun and here is Pluto, okay? Again, so you have that, the sun represents our energy, Pluto represents either, the intensity of that sun energy. For some people, it's going to emphasize it significantly to the point where they become controlling and, because it is in opposition to overbearing. And for some people, it's like, oh, let's just make it microcosmic. And so you have no energy at all. And that has been me. So when we have these cross-sectional, types of energies, it can be rather difficult. And you start to feel like I have been feeling. Anyways, so here are some crystals that I am pretty sure will help you out. Most of you have probably heard about these, but I like to share them because they are my go-to. Before I do that though, let me share with you this cute little, these are my chakra crystals. And I'm going to do a video on those a little bit later, but isn't that really cute? Look, there we go. There's that chakra crystals. Aren't those pretty? I love that. So I will do a video on that in just a little bit. But for now, let me share with you some really quick go-to crystals. You can typically find these at most crystal shops, metaphysical shops. You can order them online. I personally like to feel my crystals in my hand so I can get the vibe for them before I purchase them. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with purchasing your crystals online if that's the only way that you can get them. So the very first crystal that I'm going to share, and most of you have probably heard of this, is the Lapis Lazuli. Isn't that beautiful? It's got like gold specks. Okay, beautiful. That's one piece. Here's one that's a little bit darker. Okay, lapis is really great at, it's a little bit darker, so there we go. Okay. This piece reminds me and Alex Sophia of like a chocolate bar. So we want to eat it every time that we see that gold. Isn't that cool? I hang this up. I actually sleep with this one. Yeah. Anyhow, so lapis is really great at energizing that third eye, right? That third eye that helps us envision where we want to go, what we need to do. We get information from our third eye. It's connected to the pineal gland, another video. But anyhow, lapis is really great at initiating that sense of wonderment, that sense of insight, that sense of activating the mind is what it's known for, amongst other things. It was used by the Egyptians as eyeshadow. Oh, isn't that really cool? They used to crush it up and use it for, ceremonial purposes. But so it is a highly regarded, as a very etheric stone, a crystal, and it is one that really promotes that sense of inner knowing, connecting to the higher self. So if you want to energize, you want to connect to the higher self. So lapis is very pretty. Okay, the next crystal that I would like to show you is, of course, selenite or selenite. Some people pronounce it differently. Okay, and this is, it's a very fragile stone. It can be, if it's not polished, well, even if it's polished, but this one's not polished, it's still in its rough form. Here's a bigger version of that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, all right, so what we have here is when we are tapping into selenite, and I keep this right by my bed, this is known as one of the angelic energies. Yes, so we know it's a higher vibration. It calls in the angelic or cosmic energy. And so what we have with this is energizing our spirit, energizing and bringing like a sense of calming to our spirit. Sometimes when we feel kind of out of whack, like with the moon and Uranus, and like me, earlier today, my boyfriend, just Julie took the brunt of my blah, 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 blah. I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm okay. Anyhow, this helps calm. It's a calming energy. Again, it's soothing. It helps energize the soul in a in a very gentle way. Let me say that, in a very gentle way. So this is known as one of the angel crystals. And of course, angels will help us raise our vibration, which is ultimately what we want to accomplish. Speaking of angels, here we have opalite. This is actually glass. This is not a natural stone, but it is used significantly for healing. Okay, and it's got like this ethereal kind of translucence to it. Here's another little piece of that. I love working with this stone. It is so light and high vibrational. It just makes me feel good. I keep this by my bedside as well. Right? It's just one of those energies from the crystal that's more like, it's light and it's just fun and it's just calming. And so when we're feeling kind of all over the place, again, it is a very calming stone. It is also known to promote that sense of higher wellness, that sense of insight. Again, just look at it, it's translucent. You can see through it. So it cuts through the baloney of life. Yes. All right. So there we go, opalite. Okay, another crystal that I like to use, and this one is more for energetic purposes. This is more activating the really creative energy centers, is carnelian. Okay, so again, sorry about the reflection, but this is carnelian. Look how cool that is. It's got really cool veins in there. Okay, here's another piece. Okay. Carnelian is known to activate the lower chakras, okay, especially the sacral chakra. And so what it does, the sacral chakra is responsible for our creative essence. So if you are thinking about, starting a project, or, tapping into that artistic part of you, or even just motivation, like I need to put this in here sometimes because I sometimes need a lot of motivation. I'm Taurus rising. Taurus people have a hard time getting up and going in the morning. Yes. Anyhow, so carnelian is great for energizing those lower energy centers. Okay. All right. And then we have, oops, let me put this back before I forget. And then we have, of course, amethyst. There's 3 pieces of amethyst that I have. Okay. So amethyst is this one's a little clear. This one's still in its raw form. Okay. So amethyst is known as the crystal it is purple. Okay. It's also a crystal that's known that you could use for the crown chakra up here, head, right? The crown chakra is the essence of communication between, ourselves and our lower selves, which is us, versus our higher selves, which is referred to as our soul, the all-knowing soul. But it's also really smooth and energizing. Here's another little piece. This one's polished tumblestone. Okay. It's known as the essence of keeping the mental capacity in check. So sometimes when we aren't feeling all that great and our emotions kind of are like everywhere, we need that sense of bringing that mental capacity back into place. And it's similar to lapis, except it's different in the sense that this is more, it's a lighter energy, but it packs a punch. Okay, this is used for psychic work, as is the lapis, as I mentioned before, for psychic work, because they deal with that mental essence. But this is also a very highly spiritual stone. So it's also got the same vibe, almost for me anyways, as that selenite. So again, this one's kind of the in-betweeny one that you definitely want in your arsenal of feel-good crystals. And then we have green calcite. Okay, green calcite is, green calcite. Okay, there we go. This is also a healing stone, right? A lot of the green healing stones. This is adventurite. Okay, both of these are really great for maintaining that sense of calmness here in the heart center, right? Yes, in the heart center. And so again, when we're feeling kind of heavy or down, we want to raise that vibration. And so this is a wonderful crystal to really tap into that sense of opening up that heart center, opening up that essence of like trusting the universe, trusting the world. Even if we're getting slammed with all sorts of, energy, we have to trust that it shall pass. But we also have to trust ourselves within the process. Julie, I know what you're going to say. So shush. Anyhow, all right, so here we go. Okay, and then we did that one. Oh, and then we have blue calcite. Okay, and this is celestite. So again, 2 blue stones, okay, very different. Here's the blue calcite and then the blue celestite. And this is not selenite. Selenite is this one, or selenite, however. This is celestite, okay? And these are also, this one, celestite, is also known as an angelic stone because you definitely tap into those, higher vibrations with this. It's a very calming, crown-based crystal, so it helps you connect with your higher self. The blue calcite is more about speaking your truth, okay? It's more about really tapping into, hey, am I setting my boundaries? Am I being overwhelmed emotionally or energetically because I don't have, good boundary setting practice? And so this is really great for that. And then, of course, we have, this one's another energizing. This is the ruby Jasper. Okay, talked about this one in another video. Great stone for energizing. Once again, like this, I don't know, but just look at that. Doesn't that just remind you of like cinnamon? Like cinnamon is like all powerful. We use it in a lot of magical practice. Cinnamon gets us going. Okay, and then of course we have my favorite go-to crystal quartz because it amplifies. Okay, now if you're feeling bad, you're not necessarily amplifying the negativity, not the purpose of that, because that's not what crystals are used for. Could be used for magical practice, but when you have the intention to feel better, crystal quartz is definitely the piece that is going to be an amplifier. And let's say that you don't have access to any of these other crystals and you just have a piece of crystal quartz. Crystal quartz is the basis, okay, the properties. I'm not a geologist, so I don't know the ins and outs and the technical terms, but it is the basis of all other crystals. So there you go. All right, everyone. I hope that everyone is, yeah, I'm already feeling better. I love these. I love just hanging out with my crystals. Seriously, it's like they talk to me. What? Oh, you want me to date? Oh, okay, none. Maybe later. Okay, I'm just being silly. But really, crystals are a wonderful tool for you to be able to connect with, to help center your mind, to help open your heart, to help you open up your, your voice, speak up. Maybe if you feel like you're not being heard. Okay, definitely work with these crystals. So, all right, everyone. I hope this has been helpful in some capacity. I hope everyone is not feeling like I am, where you're getting run over by energy. But in case you are, now you know what to use. If you want to learn more about crystals or astrology, okay, or anything witchy, juju, please reach out to me. You can find me at spiritualessence.com. That's spiritual-essence.com. And I will be glad to connect with you. All right, everyone. Blessed be.